I really enjoy working with the families that come through the shelter. On any given day, you don't know what you're going to come encounter with. We serve women and children through the shelter. We work with male victims as well, but just being a part of their moving forward. A lot of people say, I don't know how you could do that job. And my response is, I don't know how I couldn't do that job, because I get to see those new beginnings every day.
A lot of the sessions or groups that I do, it's around empowering them to be their best person after a situation like that. Of course, as a therapist, I use different techniques surrounding trauma, and just trying to encouraging them to do a lot of self-care, because what they've been through is a lot of trauma. And I believe as a therapist that in order to deal with that trauma, you have to take care of yourself. It's a part of the healing process.
The Haven exists for victims of domestic violence and victims of sexual assault. That's men, women, and children of all ages can call our crisis number for help with domestic violence situations or sexual assault. So I deal directly with the victims. They call our crisis line, and the advocates that answer the crisis line will put them in touch with the sexual assault advocate, and then that sexual assault advocate will then get in touch with me. We try to coordinate and meet them here at the Rape Crisis Center for an exam. If that's not possible, we can go to 2 of our community hospitals to perform an exam. So after we collect a kit, a rape kit's what it's called, mostly just swabs, we do package that up. We dry everything and we package that up, and law enforcement picks it up, and they can store it briefly, and then it goes to the GBI crime lab. We can offer assistance right away with therapy, with housing, and among other things, clothing, bedding, whatever the needs may be of that victim, we assist right away.
I've been a therapist for 7 years now, and it's all about just working at their pace. If they're not ready to talk about something or do something, I don't force them to do that. A part of therapy is they have to want it. They have to want to be on this journey of healing. And if they're not ready, we can't force them to do that. I think that's what makes them see that, hey, it's okay, I can open up and I can work through this and I'm not alone. That really works well for me. Well, therapy services last up until 3 months, but if we get to the 3-month mark and there's still some issues, I can continue to see them. If things aren't going too well, or if they say, hey, Miss Ashley, I like you and I like coming to therapy, but you as my therapist, I would like to see someone else, I can always refer them as well. And that's one thing I talk to a lot with my clients about, is having that open communication, that therapy is not about me, the therapist, it's about you and what's best for you. So if you say, hey, I don't feel like this is for me, or I don't think having you as the therapist is best for me, that's fine. Ultimately, we want to make sure that they're getting what they need. That's most important. Our survivors, they have to learn to help themselves, and I'm just there to guide them. And so it's so fulfilling to see them at this low point in their lives and gradually working up to be their best selves. And that just brings me fulfillment, that brings me happiness and joy to say, you know, I have a part in their process. I have a part in the process of healing. I have a part in their growth as a person. I think that's what it does for me.
The Community Awareness and Education Program is a free service for the community, and it's an education service providing awareness and groups and classes on all sorts of topics. I go into schools, organizations, businesses, I go into group homes, foster parent classes, all kinds of places. So we have something that covers for every age, from kindergarten to college and even into parenthood. But we focus a lot on the teenage range with healthy relationships, safe dating, how to date safely, what are some risk awareness factors, and then social settings and how to be safe in those settings. It's trying to prevent relationship violence early before it gets into the adulthood, before they're married, before they have kids, to try to help them recognize the red flags of an abusive relationship so that they can have better chances of having a healthy relationship in the future. We do different things for parents. If it's a foster parent class, we talk about child abuse and the effects of child abuse and how that can manipulate the child's behavior and what that looks like. And then for regular parenting classes, we talk about healthy relationships, how to talk to your teens about having a healthy relationship, and then what that looks like, and how to have that conversation. For our underserved population, we do have a Hispanic parenting group that is conducted by our dual advocate from the domestic violence shelter. So I can go in and teach the class and she can translate, and I've also trained her to teach classes for pretty much anybody that needs these classes. So for businesses in our community, we offer the Darkness to Light Stewards of Children training, and it teaches your employees how to recognize the signs of child sexual abuse and then how to report those signs.
Our initial access point is our crisis line. So what happens, we're staffed 24/7, and they will answer the crisis calls, and then they'll kind of talk to the person that's calling and see what's going on, what their story is, ask some basic questions, a lot of demographics, find out where they're calling from so that we can make sure we're the right agency to serve them. It's a big help to have like donation drives. Anything that you use at home, we provide in the shelter, but we house up to 22. So at any given time, we may have 12 to 14 families in the house. So we need toilet paper for 12 to 14 families. The donation drives can consist of baby diapers. I've had a lot of groups that have done that, toiletries, shampoo, cleaning products, all of those things can help the shelter. Also canned food and food drives. We have a lot of agencies that through the holidays, they'll do a canned food drive for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, but we're feeding these families every day of the year. So definitely anything like that helps too. We do, of course, accept financial donations. We're funded federally, state, and then local funding. And a lot of those local funding that comes in can help support those federal grants. So it's almost as if your money can double or triple depending on the grant that we're matching it with. We have a P.O. box that you can mail into, or you can call and get the address of where to mail. It is a very emotional job at times. I think really looking at it from that vision of this is where you were and let's see where we can help you get to helps us kind of refocus us and the clients on where they're going. I think sometimes you have those that will tug at your heartstrings more than others. And that's kind of what keeps you going each day when you see those come in. A victim may come in broken and very quiet and reserved into herself, and then you see her work the program and go through the goals and hand her key for the first time when she's moving into her house, and just see her face light up and really become more of a light in the room where before she may have been trying to hide in the corner. And that's kind of what keeps you going each day.
Well, we service all victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. So with my program would be if you're seeking a temporary protective order, or if you're not necessarily needing emergency shelter, but you are interested in the services that Haven offer. If you had a family member's house you can stay at, or you had other housing options, then I can service you in the community. We serve 9 counties. That's Atkinson, Brooks, Cook, Clinch, Lanier, Colquitt, Lowndes, and Eccles. So throughout those counties, if you don't have transportation to get to, because we have an outreach office here in Lowndes, so if you don't have transportation to get to our outreach office, what we'll do is we'll come to your county to a safe location and meet you there. We also try to find out more about the community-based resources and referrals that's offered in your county, so we can help refer you through that if there's services over there through outreach that you may be needing. So if you need legal services, like I said, we can do the intake in the other counties, or you can come to Lowndes County. From there, we meet with them. The intakes are pretty much sort of the same for outreach and legal. It's just a little bit more detail with the legal because we have to get enough information to prepare a petition. So we'll assist the clients with preparing a petition and just guiding them through the legal process. We are the ones that call the judge's office to set court dates. We accompany our clients to court for support. We're not licensed attorneys, so it's a little bit limited on what we can do, but we're always there for support. That's our top priority, is just making sure we're meeting the victim's needs, providing a safe environment, and just being there. Victims seem to, be more cooperative when they know that you're genuine and there for support, and that they know of the services that's out there, so they don't feel alone. We are able to help with relocation, or if you just need your own place, you was dependent on the abuser, or we can help with housing referrals as far as helping you look for housing. We can help with food, clothing, and other services, just on a need-by-need basis for depending on the client and their needs. We try to assess the need of each client to provide the best service. If we know of an event that we would love to come set up booths or just bring awareness to it, because like I said, the more knowledge that they knowledgeable they are of the services that the Haven offer, I think more people would take advantage of it, because we are here. Sometimes an abuser trick the victim into thinking that no one else is there for you. We are here, we're there, we can come to you if you're in our 9-county service area. That's not a problem. So we just, every chance we get, we want to spread awareness.
I'm Michelle Gertman, and I am the Executive Director for the Haven. Been here since 2008, and we decided to talk to you today in hopes that this video will teach people who we are, what we're about, how they can access services, and how we can be a part of the community, and how the community can be a part of us.